Porky's is not just a legendary teen comedy. Behind the laughs and the famous shower scenes are the real stories of the actors Tony Ganios with his gentle heart, Art Hindle with his calmness and sense of responsibility. Each of them has faced a challenging journey beyond the spotlight, but what's special is that Porky still lives on in the memories of its fans. Which character impressed you the most? Comment 1 if you love them, or if you don't, hit like and subscribe to uncover behind-the-scenes secrets and the real-life journeys of these legends. You won't believe it. Born in 1955 in New York, Wyatt Knight became the leader of the troublemaking crew when he portrayed Tommy Turner in Porky's. A smart, daring guy who wasn't afraid to take risks and also the heart and soul of the entire friend group. The film brought Wyatt unexpected fame, helping Porky's gross over $100 million, a massive amount at the time. But Hollywood isn't always so welcoming to new stars. Despite his talent and unforgettable mark as Tommy, his career slowed down when the teen comedy genre lost its popularity. Still, Wyatt Knight will always be remembered by fans as a symbol of rebellious youth and boundless energy in Porky's. After the series ended, Wyatt was almost typecast into the role of the mischievous guy. Behind the smile, there were years of struggling to find a new direction. He got married, had children, and silently fought against cancer. Wyatt Knight passed away in 2011 at the age of 56, a tragic ending that left fans in shock. His story is not just one of sorrow, but a reminder fame can come quickly, but it is never enough to fill the emptiness within. And it was this authenticity, this vulnerability that made him an irreplaceable part of the memories of fans who loved Porky's. Kim Cattrall was born in 1956 in Liverpool, England, and quickly stepped into the acting world with a memorable moment on screen. One of the most famous scenes from her early career was when she played gym teacher Lynn Lassie Honeywell shouting in the equipment room, a moment that became iconic in the 80s. While this was the turning point that brought her public attention, Kim didn't want her career to be defined by just one famous scene. With determination and relentless effort, Kim continued to prove her versatility as an actress. She reached the peak of fame when she portrayed Samantha Jones in Sex and the City. This character embodied boldness, strength, and independence, qualities that Kim skillfully brought to life on screen. The role not only earned her an Emmy nomination, but also solidified her status as a global icon, becoming a role model for generations of women who admired confidence and empowerment. However, behind the glittering fame were challenges and emotional wounds. Kim went through 3 failed marriages, a strained relationship with co-star Sarah Jessica Parker, and moments of loneliness that she once described as the emptiness of fame. These struggles show that even when standing at the peak of a career, everyone has their own battles that the public rarely sees. Nevertheless, Kim found strength in art and friendship, learning to turn pain into inspiration for her work. She proved that fame doesn't define a person. It's the ability to overcome challenges and maintain one's identity that creates true value. By 2025, at the age of 69, Kim Cattrall continues to shine in her own unique way. She is not just known for her looks or sensuality, but for her autonomy, intellect, and the pride of a woman who has weathered many storms. Kim's story is proof that true success is not measured by fame or popularity, but by the courage to live authentically, to face and overcome the challenges life throws at you. Born in 1955 in Ohio, Dan Monahan brought to life Pee Wee, the naive, clumsy guy constantly obsessed with becoming a real man. He was the comedic heart of Porky's, making audiences laugh and sympathize at the same time. But after 3 films, the role of Pee Wee became a shadow Dan couldn't escape. Despite appearances on MacGyver and The Love Boat, he struggled to find his place in ever-changing Hollywood. At 70, Dan Monahan chose a quiet, simple life, staying away from the spotlight and only occasionally appearing at fan events. His gaze remains gentle, yet carries a hint of nostalgia. The feeling of being young, famous, and thinking it was all just beginning. With the role of Mickey Jarvis, Roger Wilson brought a different energy, strong, loyal, and impulsive. After Porky's, he appeared in a few other films, but Hollywood quickly turned its back. Disappointed, Roger shifted to writing music and scripts. He had a romance with supermodel Christy Turlington and was involved in a few minor scandals, but ultimately chose a quiet life away from the spotlight. At 69, Roger continues to create, no longer needing the stage lights to prove who he is. He once said, "Music and words keep me alive. No audience needed, just the truth." Mark Herrier was born in 1954 in Santa Barbara, USA, and entered the film industry at the age of 26 with the role of Billy McCarty, the loyal and calm best friend among a group of mischievous companions. In a movie full of laughter and pranks, Billy was the anchor of reason, the person you always want by your side when things get chaotic. This role left a lasting impression on audiences, turning Mark into the embodiment of a gentle, trustworthy young man amidst the chaotic world of 1980s cinema. Although Mark continued to appear in films like Real Men 1987 and Tank 1984, his film career didn't truly take off as expected. Hollywood, with its fast-paced and ever-changing nature, gradually left him behind. But it was this very challenge that shaped a new path for Mark, opening up the opportunity for him to rediscover his pure love for acting, a love untainted by fame or the glimmer of the silver screen. Instead of giving up, Mark Herrier returned to the theater, a place where every line, every gesture held its own value and directly connected with the audience. On stage, he didn't need the flash of lights or the attention of cameras, just an audience who truly listened and felt. This is the environment where he could fully live out his passion, nurturing creativity and dedication to the craft of acting. By 2025, at the age of 71, Mark remains devoted to the stage, simple yet filled with pride. If the story of Mark Herrier, the artist who has always lived passionately and continues to contribute tirelessly at the age of 71, resonates with you, leave a comment with the number 2. If you haven't truly felt that yet, leave a comment with the number 5 so we can understand your perspective. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future videos about the inspiring journeys of the artists you love. If Porky's was a party filled with laughter, then Nancy Parsons was its very soul. Her role as Beulah Balbricker, the strict gym teacher who was so hilariously unforgettable, turned Nancy into a comedic icon of the 1980s. The way she blended sternness with a mischievous touch made the character both intimidating and lovable, leaving a lasting impression on generations of viewers. Born in 1942 in Minnesota, Nancy Parsons stepped into the world of acting at a young age and gained extensive experience before arriving at Porky's. Nancy Parsons was a renowned comedic actress, not only bringing laughter but also warmth and depth to every expression. She had the ability to truly connect with the audience's emotions, making each scene more vibrant and memorable. Despite battling long-term diabetes, Nancy maintained her passion and optimistic spirit, continuing to contribute to the arts and inspire both her colleagues and her audience. Nancy passed away in 2001 at the age of 58, leaving behind a legacy that was simple yet profound. Her famous quote, "You can make people laugh, but make them feel too," serves as a reminder that art is not just about entertainment, but about the power to touch the human heart. Porky Wallace.
The greedy, scheming, and downright detestable bar owner was the role that made Chuck Mitchell one of the most memorable villains in American cinema at the time. Born in 1927, Chuck brought Porky to life with a unique blend of aggression and humor that was hard to replicate. After Porky's, he went on to appear in Better Off Dead and Fright Night 1985, but like many actors, he became typecast as the bad guy, a role loved by audiences but largely overlooked by Hollywood. He passed away in 1992 at the age of 64 from lung cancer, leaving behind a unique legacy, a villainous character that audiences actually loved. His career stands as proof that sometimes being unforgettable matters more than being perfect. Amidst the numerous humorous characters in Porky's, Cyril O'Reilly brought a different emotional depth. His role as Tim Cavanaugh, the rebellious young man torn between his own desires and the strict racist beliefs of his father, created rare moments of calm and introspection in the film. Born in 1958 in Los Angeles, Cyril portrayed the character with such authenticity that audiences could truly empathize with him. He went on to appear in Navy SEALs 1990, Matlock, and several other TV shows, but the fame he deserved always seemed to elude him. Nonetheless, he continued to find joy in meeting fans, always smiling and remaining humble. At 67, Cyril lives quietly, continuing to create independently, a testament to the idea that sometimes inner peace is the greatest reward. Born in 1953, Boyd Gaines took on the role of gym teacher Roy Brackett, a character seen as a calm anchor amid the chaotic world of high-spirited teenagers. In the film, he stood out not through flashiness, but through his composed demeanor, empathy, and warm, resonant voice. The image of a teacher who observes, listens, and maintains a balance between discipline and understanding helped him win strong affection from audiences while offering a gentle and humanistic perspective on the world of education. After the success of Porky's, Boyd Gaines didn't chase the spotlight of Hollywood, but instead chose a different path, focusing on Broadway theater. This decision led to a brilliant artistic journey, as he continuously proved his talent in roles that required depth and skill. On stage, Boyd shone brightly, and winning 4 prestigious Tony Awards solidified his place among the most respected stage actors in the United States. This achievement demonstrates that his versatility wasn't just in his appearance or demeanor, but in his dedication to the craft and his relentless pursuit of growth and learning. Although he didn't become a film star in the traditional sense, Boyd Gaines became a symbol of perseverance and artistic integrity. He proved that success doesn't always have to be tied to widespread fame, but sometimes comes from dedicating oneself fully to each role, whether big or small. Boyd's journey sends a positive message to those pursuing the arts. True lasting value lies in quality, in commitment, and in the joy of doing the craft, not just in the spotlight or fleeting attention. With his gentle face and bewildered expression, Eric Christmas, in the role of Principal Carter, became an iconic character in Porky's. A grown man flustered by a group of mischievous students, he brought a warm, non-malicious humor that added a human touch to the film. Born in 1916 in London, Eric was a veteran actor of the British stage before making his way to Hollywood. He appeared in over 100 films and series, from The Philadelphia Experiment 1984 to Home Alone 1990. He passed away in 2000 at the age of 84 after a lifetime of quiet dedication. Though never a big A-list star for those who watched his performances, Eric Christmas was the soul of unforgettable supporting roles. In a world of mischievous boys, Cocky Hunter, in the role of Wendy Williams, brought a refreshing change. She was smart, strong, playful, and never willing to back down. Wendy wasn't just the girl in the group, as she was the character who made Porky's sharper and more modern. After 3 films, Cocky left Hollywood to pursue a more private life. She became a teacher, a writer, and rediscovered herself away from the spotlight. In a rare interview, she shared, "I don't need fame. I just want to live authentically and peacefully." Now at 70, Cocky occasionally appears at fan reunions, still glowing, still witty, proving that you don't need Hollywood to be your true self.
Susan Clark's role as Cherry Forever is one of the boldest moments in Porky's, but Susan brought more than just charm to the character. Before Porky's, she had starred alongside Clint Eastwood and was a familiar face in Disney films. As she entered her 40s, Susan faced the harsh realities of Hollywood for older women in film and chose to step away from the spotlight to focus on her family. She married actor Alex Karras, who played the sheriff in Porky's. They were together for over 30 years until his passing in 2012. Now at 82, Susan Clark lives peacefully far from the public spotlight. The world remembers her as Cherry Forever, but those closest to her know the truth: she is a strong, devoted, and compassionate woman to the very end. Although famous for her role as Cherry in Porky's, Susan Clark never got swept up in the glare of fame. She has always led a simple life, prioritizing family and core values. Her career is not just defined by her roles, but also by her example of resilience, integrity, and the genuine love she has for those around her. Scott Columbie, born in 1952 in New York, played Brian Schwartz, the smart and level-headed guy, always the brain behind the group's antics. Before Porky, Scott had gained attention in Caddyshack 1980, but as Hollywood shifted toward action films, roles for actors like him who specialized in subtle comedy gradually disappeared. Rather than lamenting his career shift, Scott turned to teaching and mentoring young actors. He once said, "I don't measure success by awards, but by helping others not give up, as I nearly did myself." At 73, Scott still makes appearances at fan meetups with a gentle smile and a seasoned gaze, a person who understands that quiet dedication is a form of glory in itself. Tony Ganios was born on October 21, 1959, in Brooklyn, New York. At just 22 years old, he made his big screen debut as Anthony Meat Tuparello in Porky's, instantly becoming a cult icon thanks to his unique combination of physical strength and a gentle, lovable personality. Meat wasn't just a loyal friend, he also brought humor and memorable moments that audiences couldn't forget. This role opened many doors for Tony in the film industry, helping him establish his talent and unique style on screen. Although Tony later appeared in films like The Wanderers 1979 and Die Hard 2 1990, his role in Porky's remains the one most closely associated with his name. Hollywood sometimes has its typecasting boxes, and Tony felt limited by the similar roles he was often offered. Seeking a more peaceful life, he stepped away from the film industry, turned to business, and embraced a more stable lifestyle. However, Tony has never harbored any resentment towards his role as Meat. He has always embraced its legacy and enjoys the affection of fans at conventions and meet and greet events.
Next up is Art Hindle, born on July 21, 1948 in Halifax, Canada. In Porky's, he played Ted Jarvis, Mickey's older brother and a local cop. With Ted, Art brought power, calm, and a sense of life experience while also emphasizing themes of justice, friendship, and responsibility. Art wasn't new to the industry. He had over 200 roles under his belt, from leading roles to directing and mentoring young talent. Despite his long and successful career, Art Hindle has always remained humble about his accomplishments, continually seeking opportunities to learn and grow. For Art's success isn't just about fame. It's about making a positive impact on others and leaving a lasting legacy. Now, at 77, Art continues to act carefully, selecting roles that suit him and always enjoys connecting with Porky's fans. For him, the film may not have been his greatest success, but it was certainly one of the most enjoyable experiences. He shares that despite the ups and downs of his career, the joy and fulfillment he gets from his work have always been the most important things to him. He is always grateful for the opportunities that have come his way and the valuable relationships he's built through each project.
Behind the laughter and golden memories of Porky's, the journey of its cast shows us that behind the stage lights lies a story full of effort ups and downs and deeply moving real-life experiences. If you also love this iconic film, leave a comment and share your memories with Porky's. Which scene stands out to you the most, or which actor left the most lasting impression? Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos about behind-the-scenes movie stories and the lives of legendary actors. We'll see you again in the next cinematic journey.